the DJI Action 2, is it still worth it in 2023? Well, let's find out. Now the accessories that I use are very versatile, so you can use them with any other action camera, even a mirrorless camera like the one I'm recording with right now, which is a Sony ZV-E10. Now whether you get the dual screen or you just get the battery one, which is totally fine depending on what your budget is. I like using the dual screen one just because I like vlogging, so I like to look at myself to see if it's actually recording or I have it in the right settings. So the next one I have the Ulanzi Mount, which is a Type-C connection, because if you have the mic, an external mic connected to your camera, then you can charge it while you're actually using your camera. So if you get the Type-C mount from Ulanzi, then you could actually connect it to your battery pack, which will charge automatically the battery. Then you have the Ulanzi ball head with a cold shoe which rotates 360 degrees. So if you're vlogging and maybe you want to narrate a certain scene, you could easily twist it back to you if you're focused on trying to record something in front of you. And if you're recording yourself in front, then you can just twist it back to yourself to record yourself to make sure that you get the right audio and it's not choppy. And that leads me to the mic I use, which is the Rode Video Micro. And this is a very versatile mic that I also use with my Sony ZV-E10, and I also use it with my Insta360 as well. But when you get this mic, just make sure that you get the right adapters, because if you don't, and you connect it and you think you're good, you're not going to have any audio if you don't have the right connections. So I'll put all the information in the description below. Now when it comes to the tripod, you guys can get any tripod that's available on Amazon. I mean, that's usually where I get most of my equipment, but it doesn't really matter which one you get. Now, I normally do stick with Ulanzi products just because they're sturdy and they're well built. So for the most part, I use Ulanzi products, but I do have a tripod that I could recommend, and the link is below. So now let me show you guys what I use when I do talking heads from inside my vehicle, because I've had these accessories for over a year and they work perfectly and they're inexpensive. So the first one I want to show you guys is a small tree dual suction mount, which I've had over a year, and I just leave it inside the windshield of the vehicle. It's very sturdy and it's only fallen once, and it was just really hot outside. Or when you are going to mount your camera, just make sure it's sturdy, make sure that the suction cups are well placed. So if you are going to use it, make sure you double check it before you mount any camera. But let me show you guys how this works and how I use it and how easy it actually is to set it up inside your vehicle. Well, you just secure the suction cup and attach the camera, and you're ready to do a talking head while you're actually driving in the car. I've had this for over a year and I still love it, and I still use it basically every single day. Now when I want to record outside of the vehicle, I use this magnetic mount, and it's really strong. You can use it just with the camera, or you can use it with a dual screen as well. So it's really up to you. Now I've tried the camera just by itself with the magnet that the camera actually comes with and put it on top of the vehicle, and I think I rode it for up to 50 miles per hour and it didn't fall, and it was just the camera. It wasn't with the dual screen, so I don't recommend that. Now if you guys want to try it, hey, that's up to you guys, but I've tried it and it actually does stick, just the camera by itself. Now when it comes to the settings on this camera, to be honest with you, I just keep it simple. I keep it at 4K with on a 30 frame rate with rock steady, and I just leave it that way because, to be honest with you, it's such a great camera. You really don't have to mess too much with the settings, and for what I use it, basically vlogging and getting b-roll, it's ideal for those type of scenarios. So that's my take when it comes to the settings, but it's really up to you how you're gonna use it. Like I said, personally, I just use it for vlogging. Now when it comes to recording time, if you just use the camera by itself, you'll probably have about maybe 15 to 20 minutes, but if you use the dual screen one, which the second one is a battery, then it can last you up to 30 minutes. Now in regards to if it's going to overheat or how long does it take to overheat, I've noticed it actually does vary. I vlogged for about 10 minutes when it's been about 90 degrees, and it lasted about 10 minutes and it didn't overheated. Now if it's cooler temperature, it lasted for up to 20 minutes. And the time that I actually mounted the dual screen to the magnetic mount on the vehicle on the outside, and I actually drove on the freeway, it actually lasted for about 52 minutes and it didn't overheat the battery actually died on me. So it really depends on scenario. I always say this camera is not necessarily an action camera. I see it more as a vlogging camera. If you're gonna vlog for 3 to 5 minutes, or you're gonna do some B-roll, I think this camera is ideal for those type of scenarios. Now, some of the downsides for how I use it, at night, it's not that great. During the day, it's perfect. I mean, I love this camera during the day because I could just take it on the go, and it's so small and so versatile that it's so discreet. This is what I call my minimalist vlogging setup for my DJI Action 2. And like I said, all the accessories are in the description below. If you guys already have one, let me know what your thoughts are. I would definitely love to hear how you use it, but this is how I use it personally. I think it's a great vlogging camera. I think it's a great B-roll camera, and I don't consider it really an action camera. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.